right. Good morning, everybody. Let's see if we can get the ones and twos to work here. This is Winnebago Talks. Can everybody hear? You guys can hear me? Okay, let me get you guys mic'd up here. So Jordana is going to be on number 5. Tyler is going to be on number 7. And we have our special guest. But in the meantime, go ahead and give us you guys this introduction, Tyler and Jordana. Let's see if I can get you guys up. Go ahead.
Hi, NP, everybody. I'm Jordana Bass. I am the Winnebago Indian News editor, and I hope everybody's having a fantastic Tuesday.
Yeah, we have a special report that we're going to be doing here momentarily as well. So we also have some great guests that are going to be on here today. But Tyler, take it away.
Good morning, everyone. I know I'm in a new seat today. I'm kind of nervous, but I'm driving the boat today.
Yeah, you're going to be driving the boat today. So Winnebago Indian News, you guys decided an issue come out on Saturday. Yes. Tell us about it.
So I got it right here, actually, and our main cover story is basically discussing the history of the last Bare Moon Powwow and how it got started like a few years ago, and just sort of discussing more of the highlights over the event that night.
It was a great celebration.
Very great.
Definitely. And Bagel Bits. What did we have for Bagel Bits?
For Bagel Bits, it's kind of just events that happen around town,
Yeah.
Community events, whatnot. I talked about HCI's community project program, where they donate to one of the projects or programs around town. Mm-hmm. And they did end up giving it to tribal farms. So
cool.
Congrats to them. It was a huge,
I think that was the largest donation that the Ho Chunk Way program actually gave to one of the tribal programs. So I think they're the largest. That was the largest amount.
Yeah. Wow. Well, congratulations to them, and thank you to the HCI employees. Mm-hmm. I think what they do is that we had them come and explain it, and one of the benefits of working for HCI is you get to donate to a kind of a program. They call it the Ho Chunk Way, and they take money from their paychecks and donate it to a good cause. As you know, in the Winnebago tribe and throughout the lands here, food sovereignty is a huge topic. Mm-hmm. So kudos to Trey Blackhawk, his crew. He has a crew. The farm out there, we probably need to do like a special report on the farm because their planting season will be just around the corner and stuff. Yep. So it'll be very interesting to see that. But they always say, you are what you eat. As far as like, you know what I mean? If you live the healthy lifestyle and everything, but there's a lot of... I nothing against the areas here and stuff, but a lot of food stores, you go in, they put the sugary foods right up front. You know what I mean? Hy-Vee.
It's cheaper.
Right. And it's just like
unhealthier.
Should eat an apple instead of those. I'm a sucker for those oatmeal. You know what I mean? What do they call those oatmeal cream cookies or whatever they're called and stuff? Man, I just. Ever since I was a kid, ever since that movie came out, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, yes.
I love those things, man. I'm telling you. You got to watch that one. That would probably be...
It's a classic one.
Oh, speaking of, we have a good edition of The Answer Is.
Nice.
You going to be ready for that?
I hope so.
All right. We got some good questions here, so you got to brush up on a lot of good things. Movies is kind of the topic of discussion today and stuff like that. So, did you win last time?
I can't remember.
It's been a couple of weeks since we
It has.
here.
It has. Yeah, because I think the previous week was a snowstorm. Then Tuesday was the Constitution Day. But now we're here and stuff. So, Tyler, appreciate you stepping in here. Anything else that you want to make mention?
Just a reminder that next Tuesday will be our WIN deadline. So if anybody listening wants to submit any content or become a part of the WIN contributors or update your address, just hit me up at tyler.snake@winnebagotribe.com.
And you'll be back to win.
Yeah.
Hey, Tyler, I want to send kudos here to maybe we can hit number 1 and number 2 here for the cameras and stuff, but back here we have some new kind of KWTN big voice chairs and stuff. So we extend an invitation to all the departments, anybody that has some news about Winnebago, even the surrounding areas, Omaha Nation, up in Sioux City, anything like that. Come lounge with us, come hang out with us and stuff. But I love those chairs.
Yeah.
It sets a whole vibe, man.
Comfort.
Yeah, for sure. So thank you, Tyler, for coming on in. Don't forget the headphones, and she'll be back to win.
I did that before, so let's not relive it.
For sure. Okay, now I'd like to introduce our very first special guest here. And these two gentlemen, I appreciate you guys coming on here. This is kind of the debut and stuff, so we'll turn the microphone on over to you.
Hi, that's My name is David Edwards. I'm the new CEO of the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System.
Mr. Edwards. Okay. And then we also have...
I'm Robert Ironshell. I'm the marketing coordinator at WCHS.
And this is your second time here.
This is my second time.
Yeah, so appreciate you bringing up the CEO here. So when did you start?
I started almost exactly 3 months ago today.
Oh, wow. Okay, and Mr. Edwards, give us your history. This is kind of your debut to Winnebago. I seen that you had like a CEO, what they call like a newsletter or
CEO report. It's our monthly CEO.
Yeah, the CEO report that was posted on social media. Appreciate you doing that. But let's tell our listeners and viewers more about you.
Well, I've worked in healthcare for a long time. I look at the young folks around the room here and I'm going, oh my gosh, I started my first job in healthcare in 1983.
Oh, wow.
Working with mostly with migrant and seasonal farm workers.
Oh, okay.
Is where I really started.
Yeah.
And then I've done a lot of things over the years. I've worked with the elderly, I've worked with young people. I worked in specialty like cardiology care. I worked with an organization that did what we call cabbages.
Wow.
Which is a heart surgery, open heart surgery.
Wow.
But we did over 1,000 of those every year. But that wasn't the thing I was most proud of from working there.
Mm-hmm.
What I was most proud of was our organization was focused on our mission of reducing the impact of cardiovascular disease. So we really put a lot of effort into creating research.
Yeah.
So we could expand our knowledge, and then education so that we could apply the knowledge,
Yeah.
teach it, and then being in practice where we could actually
Sure.
help people with it.
For sure.
So we really kind of had that spectrum, but it was very mission focused. I did that. I worked in Alaska with a tribal consortium.
Oh, wow.
People might find that kind of interesting. What happened was back, 30 years ago or so, a group of tribes in Southeast Alaska said some of us are a little bigger and some of us are pretty small.
Yeah.
And so we're going to combine as tribal governments our healthcare authorities and our healthcare budgets. And they put them into a single 501c3 nonprofit that they created.
Yeah.
And so our board was representatives from each of those tribes. And then we operated a hospital on one island and then clinics on a dozen other islands. And, some of them you literally could only get to by float plane.
Wow.
There was really, or a boat.
Yeah.
There was really no other way to get there.
I know that Alaska, I never been there before and stuff, but are the winters as advertised, or is it pretty, the location that you were when you were up there, how were the winters?
So, winters were more mild than if you were inland.
Oh, gotcha.
So the entire Southeast Alaska and then going down the coast of British Columbia is what's called a temperate rainforest.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, and so it's a little more mild than if you go up into Fairbanks, where I used to live when I was a kid. It would be minus 20, minus 40. That was pretty typical in the winter.
Yeah.
And I remember because as a child, going to elementary school, we were bummed because it's when it was less than minus 20 degrees, we couldn't go out on recess. Because some dumb kid, you're 7 years old, you're going to lick the monkey bars on a dare. And, and the teacher's got to come out and, you got to go home and all that stuff. But anyways, it was very different. But in the Southeast, we still would have real winters, right? It would get down into minus degrees, but it's more similar to here, I would say.
Okay.
There's a few weeks when it gets really cold, those Arctic air comes down and it's minus degrees, but then it would warm back up, but usually not above like the low 30s.
Yeah.
And so like 10s, 20s, 30s is really common in Southeast. Lots of snow. So they get 70 to 100 inches of rain.
Wow.
So one year, I remember we everything's on an island.
Yeah.
Or if it's on the mainland, there's only like a mile or two of land, and then you go straight up into glaciers. So it's mountains and glaciers.
That's
Wow.
nice.
And so we had 200 feet of snow that winter. And there was nowhere to put snow. So it was like dump truck after dump truck dumping snow into the ocean because there's nowhere to put it, right?
Yeah.
When you got that much snow, it
Right.
becomes a real challenge. But anyways,
Yeah.
but it was fun. I just loved being up there. I loved working with the various tribes. And I loved, again, being with a very mission-focused healthcare organization.
Yeah.
That we exist to benefit and to help people be healthy.
Right.
So whether it was in the hospital or in our public health functions or in outpatient primary care or any of the grant-funded programs,
Yeah.
any of the collaborative things we did with one of the tribes, or, it was all about, does move our mission forward. And I really love that. I think it adds a lot of meaning to my life to be a part of
Yeah.
those kinds of organizations.
Definitely. So from there, let's see here, Winnebago. What are your thoughts? 3 months here in Winnebago. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, I've really loved it. I felt very welcomed.
Yeah.
I really have. And so I'm grateful for that. When I interviewed, and then I was offered the position, I asked the board, I said, I really want to spend most of my first 60 days listening to people. So I've been out, talking to the tribal council. I'm out talking to members in the community, some of the leaders in the community, like we talked about at Ho Chunk, for example, in their various businesses, people in the staff of Winnebago Health System, so in public health, in 12 clans, I just tried to get a lot of views, a lot of lenses, because you know what? None of us sees the world perfectly.
Yeah.
We all have our own little bias, our own little lens, and so I wanted to get as broad a view as possible.
Sure.
And based upon what I've learned, I have 5 top priorities for the rest of this fiscal year. So we're going like a federal fiscal year at the health system. So one of those priorities is, and this is so boring. For the audience, I'm so sorry.
Here's, David, this is what we know, is that the hospital, at times, there's controversy as far as we lost our certification, CMS certification, and it's the next generation that's going to probably lead us into the future when it's regarding but we know in the Winnebago, it's a treaty obligation to provide health care to the tribe of Winnebago.
Right.
And so these guys are in tune. We're kind of in tuned and stuff like that. So I think this is important for our listeners and for those, because we always say if you don't know something, we're trying to address certain things that Winnebago talks about. Yeah. And so we would love to hear what you have planned for the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System and 12 Clans Unity Hospital.
Thank you. Well, we have 2 accreditations going on right now that are really important.
Okay.
The Public Health Department is seeking accreditation.
Oh, okay.
They would be one of the top 6% tribal health programs in the country by achieving accreditation. It is extremely rare.
Wow.
So they've gone through the work, and this is something that they've been working on for years.
Yeah.
And they are at the point where they've submitted all their stuff, and they're waiting for them to review it, and then they will get some feedback. They'll have some more things to work on, and then they'll actually come out and do a site visit.
Oh, nice.
And we're hoping that happens, cross your fingers, this summer sometime. But then, we would have one of the very few accredited public health functions in the country.
Wow.
So we're very proud of the public health folks.
Yeah.
On the hospital side, we, as you noted, we lost our accreditation. Actually, the Indian Health Service lost accreditation at the hospital.
Yeah.
And so we've been doing a lot of preparatory work. I mean, when you take over something brand new, you're hiring everybody from scratch, you're just trying to figure stuff out, it just takes time. And then we had the little thing, you guys remember the pandemic?
Oh, yeah. Just a little thing.
Do you remember
Just
that?
a little thing? Just that little thing, right?
Right.
And so we had a pandemic kind of in the middle. It was a little bit of a distraction, but obviously more than a distraction. So these are important things, but the organization has gone through and they've done what we call mock surveys. So it's kind of like if you're taking a test, if you're like back in school.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like if they give you a pre-test where you get to kind of practice. So we've gone through this kind of a mock survey process, and then we actually had the surveyors come out and do a review, and they passed off on like half of the stuff that they could. So everything they could pass off, we met.
Nice.
So that was good. That says our efforts were strong. The people that are working on this were doing a good job. But we didn't have an inpatient in the hospital at the time.
Okay.
And so they couldn't do the other half of the work, which is observing how we actually provide that inpatient care.
Yeah.
And so that's really what we've been waiting on, is to have this kind of time where we had an inpatient in the hospital and the reviewers could come out. And so we have right now, we're in a very good spot because we've continued our preparation. We provide outstanding care. We meet, as far as we can tell, all of the standards that they have set out. And so we actually have an inpatient in the hospital today. I can't talk in any detail about that,
Right.
but we let the surveyors know. And then each month for the rest of this year, we will let them know, hey, we've got an inpatient, and they may choose to come out or not. But the idea is, if they're available, they're prioritizing to come out while we've got an inpatient and finish our accreditation process.
Nice.
So we think the stars are going to align. We're hoping, in the next few months that this will happen, that we've got the inpatient, they're available, they come out, we finish this up, and we get fully accredited.
Very nice.
Or certified, I should say, by
Yeah.
CMS, which is the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
So one of the goals right now is to obtain that certification.
It's really fundamental. It's one of my top strategic priorities.
Very nice.
It also has money tied to it, right? Because we haven't been able to bill in the hospital or the emergency department, Medicare or Medicaid. Well, it's a significant part of, the insurance that our patients have, that our community members have, is from those two payers. And so it will make a huge financial difference for us as well.
Yeah.
As well as just, saying, we've done this and we're back, we're as good as, right? We're back in the game,
Yeah.
right? And then we can go from there and get better and better and better. So that's really important. That's a strategic priority. We have some what we might call block and tackle stuff. It's like the basics. So
Football. I love football.
and
Is it a football reference or is
the
it a rugby?
football reference, yeah.
Did you play football or did you play rugby?
Played football.
Okay, there you go.
But I lived in Europe for a while, and that was all about rugby.
Yeah,
so.
I bet.
American football was like a spectator thing that happened once a year or something, but rugby was there, they had a regular season. It was a big deal. But anyways, and so we have work to do strengthening our financial systems, frankly,
Sure.
and our revenue cycle.
Right.
And so when we revenue cycle, it's all of the steps from when, we might call you before you come in for a medical appointment or a behavioral health appointment or a dental appointment or, anything like that. And we might call you and say, hey, do you still have insurance, right? Is this still what it is? Is your address the same? Is it, there's things that we ask. It's just the basic stuff.
Yeah.
So there's that process that starts there and it goes all the way through the visit, how we code what we do, how we then review that, the steps in place so that a bill gets out in a timely manner, and that it's what we call a clean claim, which means that we have about a 99% chance that it will be accepted and paid promptly.
Nice.
Because that's our goal, is to have things paid promptly so we have the money to do what we need to do to serve our community.
For sure.
And so we got some of that kind of block and tackle kind of stuff. It's the basics. We got to build those foundations so then we have the resources to continue to strengthen and invest in the things that we need in the community. Things like detox, for example. We have a pretty strong detox program, and we just talked to the tribal council about that last week, in fact. But we're looking, how do we constantly make it even better and better? How do we add more services, right? And we have other things that we're working on. Dialysis, for example. We have there's a significant amount of work going on that. And then we're looking at expanding some dental services. And I mean, it's across the board. There's all kinds of areas where we're saying, what are things we could do to move and advance the health of our community and of our people? And that's what we're always got our focus on, because that's our mission.
One of the things I wanted to ask is, we have 2 apprentices here, and I know that wouldn't be afforded to them last year because the big voice wasn't up, but they're kind of interested in the Winnebago on the news and maybe pursuing a career in communications.
Yeah.
Those that are interested in pursuing a career in the health field, do you guys offer like any educational apprentices or internships or maybe scholarships or anything like that?
So we don't have any scholarships per se right now, but we just started a foundation. Literally, I think 2 months ago, we had our first meeting. And we're looking at scholarships as one of our first opportunities to give back to the community.
Nice.
Scholarships around specifically health sciences or health careers. And I've had conversations as a part of my reaching out and listening. So I was listening to Manoj Patel.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, scholarships and things, partnerships with the community college. And we already have like a CNA relationship with the college. We have relationships with, now I'm going to get the names wrong, but there's a couple of colleges up in Sioux City.
Yeah, St. Luke's, I think it's one.
Too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Western
St.
Iowa
Luke's,
State.
Western Iowa State, the one up on the hill there, Briarcliff.
Yeah.
I think we have MOUs
Alumni.
with Carlisle. Is it Carlisle down in Omaha?
Creighton?
Creighton,
yeah.
with UNMC. We've really been pursuing a number of those, and we're looking at some, and I can't really talk about it yet, but some really exciting, even taking that to the next level. But they're in things like nursing, physical therapy,
Yeah.
medicine, dentistry, dental assistance. So there's a lot of different areas that we're looking at. Some are in place. We're looking to expand and grow those even further.
Right.
And then we're looking at ways we might partner with Ho-Chunk and the tribe's higher education
Yeah.
to do something like a three-way where we say, let's take some monies and we'll throw a little more in maybe from the foundation and really focus on specifically health careers,
Yeah.
providing
That's
more
awesome.
employment that would be local, good paying jobs, good benefits,
Yeah.
really help build up the community.
If possible, Bethany, can you bring up for the viewers that are tuning in on the Winnebago, the Big Voice, maybe some of the career fields that I've seen some jobs posted, and then also I think if you guys have any questions, maybe it's a health-related questions. Robert here is behind the 12 Clans Facebook page, right, Robert?
That's correct.
So you're pretty responsive to any questions that may come in. If there's you need a refill on prescriptions or need the number or anything like that, that's a great resource because a lot of people have Facebook and they tune into that. But there's your website right there. I don't know if you guys want to make mention or if there's a highlight on the website we should go to. But it's the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System. You could see all the listed of every job. If you're thinking about a new career in health field. What
Yes.
else?
And it's a lot of variety. You think about it, we look at and define health very broadly.
Yeah.
So you see jobs and positions in there at Whirling Thunder because being physically
Oh,
active
okay.
is a part of being healthy,
Yeah.
right? Like you're talking about, or what we eat is a part of being healthy.
Right.
What we do, and frankly, how we think
Yeah.
is a part of being healthy.
Right.
Like Robert is a serious athlete.
Yeah.
And what he knows, right, and all athletes know, is that, half of it is physical and half of it is mental. How do you get in the mental game?
Right.
And that's the same for all of us. We may not be like serious athletes, myself included. I cannot say I'm a serious athlete. But you know what I try to do is I try to be active
Yeah.
and do active things every day. I park at the back of the parking lot. I'm not trying to be humble. I'm trying to say, you know what? That's like 800 steps each way that I get every day. I don't work up a sweat. It's not that big of a deal, but it helps me be active, right?
Yeah.
So there's a mental model that says I want to do that. I care about myself. I deserve to be taken care of.
Yeah.
I mean, starting with me, but then I'm going to do things, right? I'm going to set up daily habits that help me to be more healthy.
You recently came out with the CEO report, and Jordana has been trying to get some information from. I know that there's things going on in DC that our tribal chairwoman and the crew, or some of our lawyers, went out there and they talked to the Indian Health Service director, probably the first time ever, and then she came here.
That's right. She was here last week.
Right. So we need to get that into the Winnebago into news and stuff. So I'm going to connect you guys together and let's get some information out to the Winnebago people and stuff. Jordana, do you have any questions for these guys?
Yeah, I did. What made you want to choose to work at WCHS?
I have felt for a long time that where I want to be working in healthcare, because I could do a lot of different things, is at a place where they look at health as a continuum.
Yeah.
And so we think about if I got my two hands up and people can't see it on the radio, but one hand's on the left and one hand's on the right.
Yeah.
And we think of health typically as here on my left hand, I'm sick. And then there's kind of versions of sick until I get over I make some kind of intervention, right? I take cold medicine, I go to the doctor, I get whatever, I go to the dentist, and then I'm not sick anymore, right? I solve that, so then I think I'm healthy, right? I'm not sick anymore. What I want to suggest is that it's kind of a little more nuanced than that, but I think it's more powerful than that. So if we get the left hand and we say I'm sick, then we're stuck at a continuum, right? I might be released to heal, maybe I'm COVID, maybe I'm in the hospital, right? Or maybe I just have a cold that's a little less sick. But somewhere's in the middle, I'm simply absent disease. I don't have an active disease anymore. I'm not sick. Then going to the right, to my right hand, is an entire continuum of how healthy do I want to be, right? And it's a choice each of us gets to make. Some of us, it might be that I'm going to run, an 11-second 100-yard dash. Well, that's an extreme level of healthy. Some of it may be I just want to be able to walk in from the back of the parking lot and not be huffing and puffing. It's a very personal decision. It's a very personal lens that we look at this with. But what I wanted to do was work for an organization who recognizes that this is a journey. It's a continuum. And every one of us is someplace on that. And that the organization I work for says, I look at you wherever you're at. I don't judge you. We just say, where are you at? You get to decide where that is, and you get to decide where you want to go. And then wherever it is you come into the health system, it could be in public health at Whirling Thunder, it could be in the senior center, it could be in the opposite end of the age spectrum out at EduCare. It could be in an emergency room visit because you got a big problem that we're trying to deal with. It could be going to a primary care visit or dental or behavioral health or anything in between. Wherever you come in, every door is the right door. And we will help you go from wherever you're at to advance where you want to get to. That's our goal. That's our mission, to work with each person as an individual to be moving in a right way, in a positive way, and on that continuum. And if we can do that, I think we're a success.
Very nice. Mr. David Edwards, the CEO of the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System, and Robert Ironshaw, the marketing manager for the 12 Plains Unity Hospital, Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System, and the Winnebago Public Health Department. You guys are busy guys. I'm going to let you get back to it, man. We appreciate you coming in. What I would like to do, and Bethany had this suggestion. Go ahead, Bethany.
So we were kind of just like in discussion of it. It's been in the talk for a while now. We are like in the need of having some kind of like health focused programming here on the radio.
Yes.
So
whether that be suggestions, whether it be mental health, whether it be maybe kind of, I don't know, working out to music over the air or something like that. Like, hey, everybody, this is the yoga moves.
Yeah, some tips.
That'd be cool.
And, yeah, just something like that. But we need something for our elders, some for our young people and stuff. So if you guys could help us out with that, that's we'll kind of pass that off to you guys. And if we want to have some meetings about it, and our listeners are very in tune. We kind of had some maintenance issues with the terrestrial antenna. We went down Saturday and immediately I started getting calls, which was really cool. You know what I mean? Because people are out there listening.
Yeah.
So if we have an opportunity, Bethany has a great suggestion and see if we can make something happen. But gentlemen, appreciate you. And like I said, Mr. Edwards and Mr. Ironshaw, if you guys have any updates or let's have this ongoing, especially as the road to certification has started. We're probably right in the middle, and then when that comes on the horizon, we're going to have a grand celebration and stuff.
Let's celebrate together.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome.
Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool.
I think so too.
Have you guys ever tried yoga?
Kind of, like I guess in my own way.
Yeah, my own way. All right.
Well, that's just it, though, is that everybody's going to have a different journey.
Yeah.
Some person, it's going to be yoga, it's going to be a cool thing for them. Other people might be Pilates. Other people might just be walking. Some people it might be gardening.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to Isaac the other day, and it might be just going out, being out in nature,
Right.
or hunting,
That's
or
true.
fishing, or something, right?
Sure.
It's going to look different for different people. There is no one right way.
Yeah.
What's important is that each of us chooses something that works for us, because we're worth it. You're worth it. Every one of us is.
Yes.
Definitely.
Love
Good
that.
words. Good words. Yeah, for sure. We'll get ready for our next guest here. And in the meantime, you have some exciting news here. I know you were just a couple minutes late.
I was coming in hot. I have a My baby niece was born this morning.
Oh, congratulations.
She's 11 pounds.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, her name's Penelope.
I love the name. Yeah, for sure.
So,
Come on up,
It's
gentlemen.
kind of coming in hot, and my mom's up there with the kids right now, and then that's where I'll go afterwards. But yeah, it's exciting. So now we're gonna have a house full of a bunch of little ones.
Yeah.
And
there you
Scarlett,
go.
my little niece, she got promoted to big sister, so
Yeah.
she's not the baby no more.
Very cool. I know Jordana has to get back to work here, but we do have a special report, right?
Okay, yeah, are we gonna pull that up?
Yeah, let's pull that up and go ahead and give us the introduction here.
Yeah, so
You
this really wanted to highlight the last Bear Moon celebration that was held at Winnebago on February 25th because it was such a successful event, and it was just there was a lot of good footage that I got to capture, so I just really want to share that with everybody today, and I hope everybody enjoyed their time while they were out there. And yeah.
All right, so let me know when you're ready to roll that. And for those that are tuning in on the Facebook page, you'll see the video of it. For those that are on air, we'll just kind of take a couple second break here on KWTN 100.9 FM.
All right, guys, so bear with me.
Yeah, in the meantime, I think that
I want to say thank you very much to Hanushka. We're going to get that microphone on over there to Blue Breeze. Iron Bull, you're going to have that jingle song. So get your song ready. You're gonna...
Ready, we got the high sign. All right, audience, watch them close. Change up song. Here we go. Spotlight special. Miss Claremont, Miss Whitewater, take it away. Advancing on goes to the north side. She's heading to the championship. All right, good job, Thelma. We're gonna need all the comments online for this one, folks. Dang, that's what I'm talking about, Winnebago. That's what I'm talking about. Sharpshooter, get ready, gentlemen. Okay, north side, take your spot. Take your song, you're here.
A special report by our WIN editor from the Winnebago in the News, Jordana Bass. Man, that was some great footage. Thank you for providing that, getting us into the mood. I know Denver March is coming around the corner, Gathering of Nations, and then our homecoming celebration. So we're going to start turning our attention to that. That's going to be the last full weekend in July. And I looked at July. It's going to be July 27th, 28th, 29th, and July 30th. So mark your calendars now.
Mark your calendars.
Yeah, for sure. But I just wanted to ask, like, what did you think of the spotlight? What did you think of the last Bear Moon? I mean,
man, it was my first time at the last Bear Moon, and I thought this spotlight special and just the whole evening was really dope. The lights and just the reflecting and the glowing of everybody's regalia was just really pretty, and all the dancers looked amazing, and you can feel the energy and all the heart that they put into their dancing. So
you got a award-winning photography shot.
Yeah.
We've seen it. Yeah. And is it on the first?
It's on the first, yeah.
Yeah. If you have an opportunity, make sure you check that out. I believe that's going to win some awards here. So you captured something special. Something special happened at the last Bear Moon, and we want to say thank you for covering that. And I know it was on a Saturday, and you worked all week, and then came out and covered that event too. So we all had powwow hangover.
Yeah. I wanted to tell. So I texted the group that night after everything was all said and done. It was probably about like 2:30 in the morning. I could still hear the drums.
Oh yeah.
And I texted the group about that, and it was pretty cool. Like I could still literally, like, as if they were right there.
Yeah.
I never had that happen before.
Even though people probably didn't see you, there was over 3,000 people that watched.
Yeah. When it's like the Wizard of Oz, I was that one behind the curtain.
Yeah, you were.
Literally, too. I went on stage, and there she was.
Behind the curtain. Yeah.
Peeking around.
Thanks, Jordana.
Okay. All right. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks, Jordana.
Right. Now we'd like to introduce our next couple of guests here, and go ahead and give us your introduction, gentlemen.
Hanan Chini Karagi, we know. My name is Maxwell Littlewalker. I'm a fitness specialist and personal trainer down at Whirling Thunder. And we're here to talk about some opportunities that might be open to the Winnebago and as well as the Omaha people.
Yeah.
About what'd you say that was, about 6 months ago, I walked into Science Nutrition, and I was just there to pick up some protein. Wasn't really trying to do much of anything. And then Brandon was working behind the counter, and I saw this strongman competition, and I talked to him and told him, when I was a little kid, I always dreamed of doing that one day.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, sign up. And I didn't do it at the time because it was the Berserker Cup, and I think I only had maybe like a month before it started. So I was like, there's no way I can do that now. But what I'm currently doing right now is I'm preparing for my first competition. So,
cool.
Obviously, like Brandon said earlier, I've put on some weight, and that's why you have to be able to compete. And to me, I don't think I'm gonna do very well. But a lot of people say, you know, I have some confidence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to me, that's not where I get my win from. To me, the win is just signing up and just performing.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are afraid to do that, and
Yeah.
even I was.
Right.
It took me a long time to work up the courage to do it. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still winning no matter what.
For sure.
Maxwell, could you maybe explain to us a little bit what the strongman contest, right?
Yeah.
Could you kind of
Well,
explain?
before we do that, let's get your introduction, my man.
Sure. I'm Brandon Bramblett. I am a certified strength coach and a strongman promoter for Sioux City.
Oh, okay.
So, I work out of, I'm basically a private contractor, but I do everything out of W.I.N gym in Sioux City. So that's where, you know, he had signed up, and that's where we do these competitions.
Oh, okay, cool. Brandon, Maxwell, appreciate you guys being here and stuff. So we are getting ready for our very first competition, and tell us about it.
I would think that my coach would probably know a little bit more about that.
Yeah. What do you expect?
So I guess I'll just start with just like a quick overview of what like the competition is and like what it's all about.
Right.
So probably a lot of people don't really understand exactly what it is. I mean, strongman, like you would see on TV, where you lift in the big boulders, the back of cars, you know, pulling trains and stuff like that. That is strongman.
Like on ESPN, yeah.
Yeah, that is strongman. But that's the top tier. That's the top level, the world-class level. That's the competitive level. And not to say that that's not what, you know, a lot of people want to aspire to be, but that's not what everybody is. But my competitions are along those lines.
Okay.
But it's for everybody. You know, it's for people that are a little bit lighter. It's for people that are a little bit older.
Okay.
It's for, you know, we have teen division, we have women, so we have a strong woman portion of it too. So it's for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. You know, guys like Max didn't realize that they could do it too. So bringing it available, now people can do it. So with the competition, the one that he's training for, the Stone City Strength, or the Stone City Showdown that I'm putting on in W.I.N. Basically, it's along those kind of same lines. So, you know, it'd be like an overhead press event with like, you know, a big barbell, like an extra fat barbell, so it's a little bit extra difficult. We're going to be pulling a semi.
Wow.
Which is going to be cool. So they'll have a harness on, hooked up to the semi, and they're going to pull that with their body.
Wow.
And there'll be a lead rope. So stuff kind of like that. There'll be 5 events. So you have basically 5 different chances to show how good you are, how strong you are.
That is crazy.
And then the overall, you know, winner. So each division will have a winner. So there'll be like a lightweight, heavyweight, middleweight, all that kind of stuff. So
Right
yeah.
on.
So I mean, everybody has a place.
What division will you be in?
So I just signed up for the novice division. I believe that one's just a single weight class, isn't it?
Yeah, just for now. Yeah,
Okay.
a single weight class for the novice division until we start getting a lot of novice.
And
then
you
we'll
never
break it up.
did one before?
No.
Wow.
I've
Okay.
done the because actually big shout out to W.I.N gym as well as Whirling Thunder, 'cause that's where I started working out and that's where I work. So, and when I first started, I think I hit up Brandon one night because I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, I want to at least try some strongman stuff. I'm not saying, you know, I'll be good at it, but I hit him up and I was like, well, are you working out tonight? And he said, yeah, sure. He's like, just come on over, I'll open the doors for you. So I went back there, and I mean, a lot of people, you know, if you're a power lifter or something, everybody, I've run into quite a few people from like a couple of my clients, you know, down at Whirling Thunder, as well as just people who are here in town. When I went up there, it wasn't like a bad experience or anything, but a lot of people think they're strong, but if you see, you know, what they can do in strongman, like that is really, really strong, because the form and everything is so, you have to be so strict with it. If you miss cue or you don't put your hand in the right spot, you run a high risk of injuring yourself just because it's so heavy. And I think we were doing log press that night. So
Yep. Yeah, very, very technical lift.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't realize how technical strongman can be. I like to let people know that it's called strongman, and that's, you know, kind of what we do. It's functional strength, functional fitness. So it's basically like learning how to pick up sandbags, you know, picking up logs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, picking up things that you have to pick up, you know, in everyday life. I mean, you could literally go to a junkyard and probably put on a strongman competition in a junkyard. You know, it's just awkward implements that people have to lift, you know, that mechanics have to lift, that construction workers have to lift, that, you know, even, you know, the old lady down the street, she's got to lift some stuff too. So it's good for health and stuff like that. But on the competitive level, yeah, I mean, it's very technical. and Max, got to see that, which I like that part of it though.
Yeah.
I like a lot of technicality and stuff.
So, I guess one of the things too is, when is it, and then is there anything that we as or maybe our listenership or anybody here in Winnebago can do to help you, or is there anything like that?
So the competition is May 20th, and it'll be held up at Big Iron. So if anybody wants to come check it out, I mean, you're more than welcome to come. That's fine with me. If that's the only way you can support, then that's fine with me.
Yeah.
I mean,
just word of mouth.
Best thing, I would say the best thing to support the competition would to be sign up. I mean,
okay.
If you're into weightlifting, or if you're into powerlifting or something like that, you can always go up, and Brandon has his Strongman Sunday, so he can coach you as well and teach you a lot of the lifts and like we were talking about, the technicalities of it. And he's very good at his job. So, and he was also a former bodybuilder, and a lot of the guys up at Big Iron were as well. So that was my thing when I first went up there. Was my biggest thing is like, these guys have they're such experts in that certain field, because I was a bodybuilder as well there for a short time, and I still kind of consider myself one, but I'm just putting on a little extra weight right now so I can compete.
When you started, what was your weight, and then what are you up to now, if you don't mind sharing?
When I first started working out, I believe it was right after I got back from Wayne State College, so I think my heaviest was 293 pounds.
Wow.
And now, I mean, my lowest weight is 197, but right now I'm sitting at about 215, 216. So. Okay.
And then, like, do you measure your success on, like, let's say you start out at 100 pounds on bench press, and then what can you do now? So, like, when you first kind of, what do they call it, test out or max out or something like that, and then then you do your training, and then you test it again. What was that? Like, what was your best bench press?
My PR on bench press was 300 pounds.
Dang, boy, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's awesome, man. I know that in school we had the 200 pound bench press club or something like that. I forgot what it was and stuff, but we had a club, you know what I mean? But I haven't worked out myself, you know what I mean? I just don't have any time. But I know that Brandon here, do you compete yourself, or you just host these?
Yeah, I compete myself too. Like he said, I did start with bodybuilding. I did that for about 10 years. Did pretty decent.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It was definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
It's basically like being a monk. You're just like in your head all day, all the time.
Wow.
Just eating every 2 hours, supplements all the time.
Wow.
This like throughout the day, you're doing cardio, you're training, you're doing posing practice. But strongman is a little bit less intense as far as that is, but you can make it whatever you want. Cool. So yeah, when I got into strongman, I did my first competition a couple years ago. Surprisingly, I won that competition, which really made the bug bite pretty hard. So after that, I got really into it. I was like, okay, maybe I'm good at this.
Yeah.
So I've done 3 contests myself. I did qualify for nationals. So I'll be going to Dallas, Texas.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Thanks,
Congratulations.
man. Yeah, in a few months. So that's the biggest contest that the United States Strongman Corporation has. At least that sanction that I'm involved in. That's the biggest one that they have of the year. So I take my competing extremely seriously. And I know that a lot of the people that I'm competing against do as well. So
here's the thing, guys. Back in 1999, you come to me and you say, Winnebago is going to produce some champion wrestlers. I was like, get out of here, man. Don't even, no way that's going to happen in 15, 20, well, I don't know how long I've been out of, since I graduated, but in 30 years almost, I'm dating myself. Anyways, but you come on here and people are probably like, wow, I don't think I could be a bodybuilder. I don't think I could be a strongman and stuff like that. But man, we have some people out there in our tribe. Try it. You know what I mean? Like you said, that goal setting. I think this is very important that you came on here, because in a couple years, we might have some champions coming out of Winnebago, man.
Yeah, and that's what we're hoping. We want to see some people do some big things around here.
Yes.
Like one of the biggest reasons of why I'm even doing this, like, I could have bought a bunch of the implements and kept them in my garage and just hogged strongman all for myself. But I was like, no, I like when people surprise themselves.
Yeah.
So if somebody says like, oh, I don't know if I can do that, I tell them, I'm like, okay, so when you see the people on ESPN, they're like almost 7 foot tall, 400 pounds. They're massive, you know, they're lifting trucks and stuff like that. I'm 5'7", 185 pounds.
Wow.
And I'm doing pretty well with it.
Yeah.
So you can definitely do it. Anybody can do it. You know, we got people that are in the lightweight division, you know, as low as like 140 pounds. So it's individual.
Yeah.
It's whatever you want to make it, and you're only going to get better. Everybody starts somewhere.
I know that too, when working out, the feeling that you get afterwards, you know, there's people that get inside their head, but it does help out with mental wellness, you know, releasing endorphins, that good feeling. You come out, you know, you feel good about yourself, you know, you see the progress. So we would really, you know, how do we get a hold of you, Max, if somebody's interested?
You guys can add me on Facebook. You know, you can always message me through there.
Can you bring your Facebook up?
Yeah.
What is your Facebook?
Maxwell Little Walker. I post a lot of memes and stuff on there, but that's just that's just me being funny.
But if I have a question, you know what I mean? Because not all our listeners are gonna be like, yeah, sign me up and stuff like that. But you just messaged him and just said, hey, do you mind if we work out and stuff, right? Is that is that what kind of
basically, yeah.
And
so come on down.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Cool.
So yeah, you can always reach out to me on there. I also do personal training, and I mostly what I do right now as a personal trainer is like bodybuilding. Obviously, you can see the pictures there. I'm posing around and doing stuff like that. So that's what I really enjoyed. And one of my biggest influences was if anybody remembers, my dad was pretty big back in the day. He was I believe he had 18-inch biceps at the time, and his forearms were like as big as my calves.
Dang.
So they were like 16 inches or something.
Wow.
Or well, I think maybe 14 and a half. So they're about as big as my older brother's biceps.
Dang.
Yeah. So he was a pretty big dude, and he would always watch strongman, and he would always watch bodybuilding and stuff like that. And
so
then
I 18 inches. I'm just thinking like I got a system. You know what I mean? And it's a subwoofer, right?
Yeah.
So that was big as an 18-inch subwoofer. I mean, his arms were that.
Yeah, like
golly, boy. Okay, I got you now.
Yeah. So so I think mine right now are only about 16 and a half. So and everybody.
So you got a couple more, but you get there, man.
I got quite a few years yet until I get that big.
So what was the date again?
May 20th.
May 20th.
And then one more thing I wanted to bring up is that Brandon also. He invited me to a strongman competition where we'll be competing as a team.
Oh,
nice.
We won't be competing against each other. So it'll be a team of basically Big Iron Sioux City versus, you know, the Minnesota team. So that was another one that we have to raise donations for. So if you guys want to go ahead and donate, I forget the website again.
Hope Kids, I believe it is. So when you get everything all registered and stuff like that, post it on your Facebook. So when people look you up, it'll actually come on there, and then you'll be able to go on.
Good cause, yeah.
Yeah. So if you go on to our individual like Facebooks, I'm gonna start posting for my teammates as well.
Okay.
Because I kind of like took the reins on this, so I basically am just gonna try to help out everybody for the most part. So, but yeah, you can go on there and donate for the cause, because we have to raise $500 each to be able to compete at all.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good that you brought us and let us know once you come back on. We also have the Winnebago Big Voice Sports Show with Coach Q and stuff, so you're more than welcome to. He has a select audience, and we have our audience and everything too. So let's plan on that. You know, we're gonna be rooting for you. Let us know if we can share anything on our Facebook or social media. Anything over the air and stuff like that. But gentlemen, we appreciate you coming in. We want to say thank you. Any shout outs or anything you want to give to the people?
I just want to say hi to my fiance Tanya if she's listening.
Yeah, there you go.
And my buddies at work, I told them like if they can tune in if they have time to check it out. So I never been down a Big Iron. So but I also want to say thank you for having me on here. This is a big opportunity.
Brandon,
it's awesome.
It. So thank you for coming down.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to obviously Big Iron and all the people there. They were super welcoming. I mean, you know, obviously nowadays we still have racial things going on, and Sean and Brandon and all these guys have been super welcoming to the Native community, and I really appreciate that, because you know, oftentimes that's not the case. So.
Right. Well, represent Winnebago to the best of your ability, Max.
I will.
So appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right, appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Very cool. All right, Sasha Rivers, come on down. We got an exciting event that's going to be taking place this weekend here that we're going to be talking about. Maybe get her Facebook page up and going and stuff. But in the meantime, let's see here. We got some programming coming on up. Make sure that we check out Winnebago Big Voice
Sports Talk Show.
That's going to be at 5 p.m. on Wednesday, right?
Yep.
Then we have Thursday, All Requests Live.
Yes, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Then we have Res Ride from 4 to 6.
Yep,
And-
with MCBKC.
Yep. Then the Big Voice.
Friday. Oh, wait, go ahead.
The Big Voice is going to be down at the state basketball tournament.
Yes.
Right after MCBKC gets done, we'll go into that game. They tip off at 6 p.m. at the Bethani Center. You can't make it down. Make sure you tune in. They won't let us live stream, but we can go over the airwaves.
Yeah.
And that will be, so we'll post the details on that one.
We'll be over the KWTN airwaves.
Friday, what do we got?
Friday, we have Indigified Podcast with Trisha, Monica, and Brandon, and that is at 11 a.m. And then we go into the Friday Night Hot Mix with DJ Blue at 7 p.m., followed by Midnight Love with MCBKC.
Right on. All right.
Hi.
So go ahead and say hi to the family and stuff. Give us your introduction.
Hini Karigiwi, Hijikishina, Hini Karigiwina. Oh my God. I'm like really just, I'm really nervous. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Hello, everybody. My name is Sasha, and I'm from here, Winnebago. I grew up, as a little girl, moved away when I was about 10 years old, and kind of just moved or lived and grew up kind of in Sioux City. So as a teenager, I was kind of involved a lot with the local music community. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of got really involved there and doing a lot of things and going to all the shows.
You said as a teenager, what was that, last year and stuff? Because you're pretty young, ain't you?
Stop it.
Anyways, keep going.
Thank you. So yeah, I've always, so first of all, I kind of want to make mention that of what Max said. He said something about having fear to sign up. So I'm over 25. I'm over 25. I'm over 30. And and ever since I was a teenager in the early 2000s, I've always wanted to have a show or put on a show, do a birthday show, because some of these guys, like I have so much respect for all the bands and all the music artists and all the stuff that they do. They put so much heart and soul into what they do. And so I always kind of wanted to have a show or do a show or something. And I was always too scared. And, I kind of, just have that, I guess, imposter syndrome, or who am I? I'm not nobody. I don't deserve this or anything like that. But kind of talking about what the CEO guy was talking about of the healthcare system. He mentioned the pandemic. And so, of course, the pandemic happened. I nearly lost my mother, the number one person in my life who I'm just absolutely close with. Shout out to Mama, I love you. And she had a really tough time. And so the pandemic happened, everything shut down. My mom got sick, and then she got long COVID. So then she was sick for another, it's still going on, 3 years, going on 3 years. She's been nerve pain, chronic fatigue, just all these health things that just literally obliterated our lifestyle. And so there's a lot of things that happened. Anyways, then I got sick, and then I got long COVID. And again, my anxiety shot way up. I got fibromyalgia and just all these things, nerve pain, can't sleep, but then I'm tired, so I can't stay awake. It's just this horrible, horrible chronic illness. And I would even call it, I would say disease. So I'm a long hauler is what they call it, or long COVID, call it long COVID. So anyways, all of that being said, it is seriously and dramatically, drastically changed my life. I have to cancel on going out. I can't really go out anymore. And just all these things have happened over the past couple years since the pandemic. And it's kind of heck with it. life is too short. Life is so short. Life is precious. I can't waste another moment on being scared or worrying about what this person might say or that person might say, or like, she ain't anything. Gee, I almost got that. Sorry.
Good catch.
I'm sorry. So I'm like, you know what? I went ahead and I reached out to a very influential young Native lady that is also very influential in the scene. Her name is Lizzie. She goes by Lizzie Alexandra, Lizzie Roberts. She is basically kind of like, she was like the person I wanted to be when I was that age. And she's a real go-getter, and she was all about promoting, and she had made a lot of connections, I feel like all by foot, or not by herself. She did all the footwork and made connections to all these bands in the music scene. So everyone knows her, everyone loves her, everyone respects her. And so myself included. And so I reached out to her and I was like, hey, Lizzie, how can I do a birthday show? Cause like, I'm really nervous about this. I don't know what they're gonna say, but this is something I really feel passionate about. So she was the one to help me like get me started. And then after that, it was just like everybody else, just like jumping on board, like, because I've been so involved with the music community or the music scene in Sioux City.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then I guess the reason I'm here is not just to, promote myself, but because I've asked other local Native artists and music artists to be involved in this event as well. I know Mill, Music is Love, I think. Music is Life.
He's come down a couple of times.
He's been here. I know
he performed at our Big Voice.
Yep. He's going to be performing. He may have another person that everyone's familiar with. I can't name drop because I haven't got a confirmation yet or anything, but there's a possibility that he's going to bring some people along.
So when is this birthday bash?
This is actually going to be this Friday.
This
Friday at Whiskey Dick's, and it's pardon the name, I call it Wonky Donks, but if you know where Home Depot is, it's like right in that area. I think it used to be Rhonda's Speakeasy or something, or around the area.
Oh, okay. Somebody said I haven't confirmed it, but Mavericks isn't kind of around that area.
It is. I mean, I wasn't gonna say that.
I don't want to open with that, but
I don't know. Anyways.
But I mean, since you bring it up,
KD Station. Remember the KD Station? Do you remember the KD Station? Maybe I'm just old and stuff.
No, I do. I know what you're talking about. It had all the cool stuff.
Yeah. I think there. Yeah.
Was it? I think it was. Oh man, I can't remember.
Anyways, Whiskey Dick's on Friday. What time is this gonna pop off?
So we bumped it up to 7 p.m. just because I'm getting older, and we can't be there, for hours and hours and hours. Everybody gets tired.
So we have the graphic up, and it says Sasha's birthday bash. We're glad that Mario, your mom, we're glad that you made it through COVID.
Thank you.
And that's very important. And that kind of, you're on the other side here. You look each day a little bit different and stuff. So it's important that you have this. And let's see here. You have some featured performers. And let's just go down to Stitch 9, Fatal Fall, Hell Vendetta with special guest vocals. Music is Love.
Mill.
Is that what it is?
It might be Life. I can't remember.
Music is Life. Yeah, Mill. Anyway, Scar the Monster with Diz. Mob Scene. Hey, our artist of the year.
Yes. Shout out to Mob Scene.
And Enslaved by Fate. So
Dextino.
Yeah. No. Is it like heavy rock, or is it?
So it's actually both. Okay. So I love the music scene. If I'm gonna throw a party, if I'm gonna throw a birthday show, I can't just have one or the other. I have to have it all. It's my birthday.
Yeah.
But okay, so Stitch 9, a lot of them, they are metal, rock and metal. Well, mostly metal, and then other artists are rap and hip hop.
Just come check it out.
Absolutely, please come check it out. Oh, and I'm going to be having a burlesque performer.
Yes.
A very good friend of mine from way back in the day. Nicole Verschoor. She is Nikki Von Napalm. She is going to be giving her first debut performance.
Wow.
So,
what a debut, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And support those that do that, because
yes.
you know, there's like that, how do you say it? You know, when they do that for the very first time, making their debut. I remember the first time I went on stage and stuff. I mean, feedback, everything from, you know, being nervous, because you get nervous because you want to do good. You know what I mean? So for sure. Sunshine said, you remember that Wilbur the Coyote that brought the pizza at the Katie station?
Wilbur.
Remember he came up?
Everybody remembers him.
Now you think about it, he was a little creepy, but
he was. There's a couple of things I want to make mention of too. Okay, so Whiskey Dick's, the venue has very limited seating, so come prepared to stand. I know it's my birthday, but please, and it's a bar, but please, I am sober. I am on mental health, going on to mental health. I am on mental health medications, and they, you know, drinks, alcohol, you know, just don't mix. So don't buy me drinks. Buy me Blue Dolphins. That's just water. And it is 21 plus. So 21 and over, you are more than welcome. Everyone is welcome. Have fun. Oh, and the big reveal. This is not just a birthday bash. This is a going away party. Because I am moving.
Oh, really?
I am moving to Wisconsin in April.
Wow.
So if you want to, you know, have a chance to come say hello or see me off, or, you know, say get the heck out of here, then yeah, definitely we want to come to the birthday party / going away party.
Very nice. So everybody's invited, right?
Everybody's invited who is 21 and over.
Right on.
And there's a dress theme.
There is a dress theme. Okay, so I know I go to these shows, and usually it's, you know, a bunch of heavy metal guys, you know, just rockers, you know, they got their jeans and t-shirt. Me, I like to be extra. I like to put on the makeup. I like to just have wigs. I like to do just anything and everything to, like, just be, I don't know, channel my inner Freddie Mercury. Just can't say it. And just flamboyant and just out there, however, you know, just, yeah. So that is the theme for the party. Come dressed extra, but you don't have to if you don't want to. I will completely understand. It's not a requirement. It's just a preference.
Sure. Well, thank you, Sasha, for coming here to the Big Voice and telling us about, you know, one of the things that we want to promote here in the town of Winnebago, as well as our relatives to the north and south, is entertainment. You know, some good entertainment, whether it be live sound, live music, live performances, whatever it may be. And here's your chance to see something by one of our very own Sasha Rivers. So make sure you check that on out. And there is a events page.
Yes, there's an events page. That's where all the information is. I try to post and stay active. Yeah, so definitely everyone's invited, 21 over, Whiskey Dick's, 7 o'clock this Friday.
All right.
This Friday.
Very nice. Thanks, Sasha.
Thank you so much.
All right. So happy birthday to her.
Yes, happy early birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When you come back to visit, you may make sure you stop in to see us at the Big Voice.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay, so we had a new addition to your family, right?
Yes.
And that was very cool.
Penelope.
Yeah. What do you think of the name?
I love it. I got a little story to tell about it. I was telling Garan yesterday about this because my brother and my sister-in-law, they had picked the name out, you know, months back, like when she was probably like 4 months pregnant or something.
Yeah.
But when he told me that the name was going to be Penelope, there's a movie called Penelope, and the girl in it, she's got like, I don't know, like her face is a little altered or something.
Okay.
But when they said Penelope, that's what popped in my head was the movie Penelope.
Oh.
And I think she's got like a pig nose or something. But when I said that, my brother got real mad. He's like, that's not where I got it from.
Crazy.
But yes, I'm so excited.
Ben Crawford, Blue Saints here. Come on down, gentlemen. Appreciate you guys' patience. We got a lot of good information. We haven't been on the air for a couple
weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks. We also have their season. We're gonna have to kind of conclude the season here pretty soon and stuff. You know what I mean? But coming up too, we have Lynn McNally from the Horsemen's group. She's going to be joining us and talking about some of the things that go on with the Warhorse. She wanted to make sure she had a spot. We appreciate her come up. We scheduling conflicts and whatnot, but she's up and coming. We also have some other people. The Great Plains Tribal Chairman's Health Board has also entered an agreement with us to do some PSA's public service announcement, and we want to sit down and talk with their crew. So they're going to be coming as well. So a lot of good programming. And then after these gentlemen, we got The Answer Is. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
You're born ready. All right. Go ahead and tell us, Ben Crawford from the Angel Decorum Museum. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Good to see y'all.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I think Sunshine, she's took my slot, but now I'm back.
Yeah, Sunshine, she headed out to Vegas. Is that?
No, she's in Nevada for some training.
Okay, cool.
But apparently she said it was snowing, so wow.
Yeah.
Almost better.
You just never know on this weather. This is the time of year that the weather gets a little confused. You know what I mean?
But she's in Nevada.
Yeah.
It could be in the mountains, though.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And we also have...
Yeah, I'm Blue Saints here with Ho Chunk Renaissance, the program director over there, the language department.
Today's discussion is the Winnebago tribal flag.
Yeah, we talked about this in a kindergarten class up at WPS. And the tribal flag is designed by Anna Adams. So if you know Velma, I believe that's one of her relatives, her daughter, I believe.
Yeah.
She lives in New Mexico and she's an artist. And of course, a lot of people know what the American flag stands for, right? What do you guys think? 50 stars. What could that be?
50 states.
50 states and 13 stripes.
13 was the original, right?
Colonies, yeah. So it's important for people to know what the tribal flag symbolism is too, because Anna Adams designed it really intentionally. It wasn't just random. So let's go through it. The way I talked to it with the kindergarten class, symbolism was kind of a big word, so I said each part of the flag is special.
I'm going to challenge you if you can do some surfing here, but do we have a picture of the tribal flag that we can bring up? I mean, I know it's here. I don't know if we want to zoom that in.
For the users? Yeah. There we go.
You got it?
Yeah, it's in the view.
Oh, it's in the view. Oh, okay. So
there we go.
Let's see here.
And if you're listening over the radio, you're just going to have to visualize.
I could zoom
we
it
can
up.
describe it too.
I'll zoom it.
All right. Cool. And then, Baloo, do you have any background on the flag itself?
Yeah, so at one time there was, to start off with just going way back, we actually didn't have a tribal flag at one time. Many different delegations went out, even like basketball teams, they went out. I think even you went out to some tournament in high school, I remember. Anyways, they had different tribes that had their tribal flags, and we were one of the tribes that just had a banner. And so that came back. And I know that the tribal council and my late father was on the council at that time, and then actually was one of the ones who helped lead the initiative to get a tribal flag contest going. And so that was how that process began. They accepted all of the entries from different tribal members. There was I can't remember how many, I believe maybe up to 9, I believe. But eventually what happened is that the tribe voted for them in that next election.
Oh, okay.
So I can't remember also the year. I kind of came unprepared for that. I came here for other things. But to explain a little bit about the history about that, that's kind of how it came about to get our tribal flag. And the tribe eventually voted on this specific flag, and that was designed by what Ben said here, Anna Adams.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
So we're going to talk about each part of the flag and what it means. And a lot of it's pretty intuitive too. So, Garan, let's start with the background.
Yeah. Blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
Do you know the Ho-Chunk word for blue?
I don't.
Cho.
There you go. Cho. So what could that mean? What do you think? What's with the blue? Why could blue be important on the flag?
Probably because of the river, the water.
The rivers and the waters. Of course, we've got Nishoch over here. And what Anna Adams said is that as long as there have been Ho-Chunks, rivers, lakes, streams, they've all been important to the tribe. Of course, there's fishing for direct food. You need drinkable water. But of course, also too, multiple times in Ho-Chunk history, bodies of water have been highways of escape and protection, just like Nishoch most recently. But even during some intertribal conflicts, they would use lakes and rivers to get away and hide and find places of protection. So that's what the blue means. Then, of course, we have the Winnebago tribe of Nebraska written on there, but we have this nice big white circle. Bethany, what do you think the white circle could mean?
The white circle symbolizes the moon.
The moon? So that's what a lot of people say. And the nice thing about it, the flag, it is still art, right?
Yeah.
So you can still interpret what you see. And I've heard other people say that too. And I think the moon, even though that's not what Anna Adams said, I think that's important too, because of course the Ho-Chunks have the lunar calendar. And it also what's round is the Chiporoke too.
Mm-hmm.
What Anna Adams intended was that the white circle represents peace. Do you know the word for white in Ho-Chunk?
It is ska.
Hey, all right. There you go. So that is what the white circle means. Then, when we move into the circle, we have behind the tomahawk peace pipe, we have a bow with 2 arrows going through it. What do you guys think? Why is there 2 arrows? You're shooting out 2 arrows, get 2 deer at the same time? No? Why is there 2 arrows? 2 birds with 1 stone,
right?
2 birds with 1 stone. No. Why is there 2 arrows going through? What do you think?
Chief Little Priest and his sidekick.
His sidekick. That's a good guess. So it's about 2 different things, right? When we think about the Ho-Chunks, right? 2 and Ho-Chunk. What could that mean?
Because of the Wisconsin and Nebraska?
Yeah, and those 2 arrows are going through the same bow. So despite the fact that there's 2 federally recognized tribes, they're the same people, same history, same blood, same language. So that's why you have the 2 different arrows going through the bow. And then we come to the final piece of the flag, which is the tomahawk peace pipe. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I know that Little Priest wanted to have peace. You know, that's why he was, him and the warriors, they wanted to, you know, be that buffer. And I know that the government approached. We actually were threatened to be moved again to Oklahoma. And so that right there, the peace pipe and everything on there. And then I know that the tobacco bag on the peace pipe, very sacred, and it has the buffalo hoof prints as well. Buffalo is very sacred. It's one of our clans. They're known as speakers. And so, but yeah, I think Anna Adams explains that. I know that Ho-Chunk Renaissance did some background on that too as well. And I know Angel Decorah did some, but tell the listeners and the viewers.
Sure. Yeah, so you're exactly right with the buffalo bag on the very end of the tomahawk peace pipe. She wanted the buffalo to be included on there. Of course, they're one of the clans. They were a huge source of medicine and food and tools and clothes, and still are. And the tomahawk peace pipe is a very powerful symbol. Anna Adams saw it not only as it's both a weapon and a spiritual tool, and then also a practical tool. In her mind, she saw you could use it to cut wood, you could use it, warriors could use it as a weapon in battle, and then it's also sacred because it's got the pipe on there on the back of the blade. Personally, I think that choice reflects Winnebago culture, Ho-Chunk culture really well, because it's not only it's a warrior culture, but spirituality and tobacco, and it covers all that's sacred too, and also the crafting nature too, the ability to cut wood and carve wood and shape wood with an axe head or with a tomahawk head. So that is what all the components mean. Now you know, and now you can tell other people and educate your friends and relatives.
Yes.
So I know.
I wanted just to chime in a little bit further more on that the bow and arrow as well. According to some of our origin stories, it was said that was one of the first items that the Creator gave us to help make a home, make clothing, And so that was one of the tools there. So this flag represents a lot of that, even going back to the origin stories. Also, I know it was mentioned about the moon. Actually, I remember going down to Oklahoma, and that's where Anna Adams resides. And I had to go down there, and at one time there wasn't really a full description more on detail of the flag. And so at one time as well, there was only 2 flags on the reservation, which was down at the tribal chambers, and the Veterans Association had the other one.
Yeah.
So you didn't see them anywhere. As a tribal nation, I believe there was even another one that one of the entities created here that was something that was put up with the tribal seal, but the tribal flag is on a whole other different component. So this is the official tribal flag that was voted on by the people. And so with that, what our program did was we, what they said, well, what does it mean? And at that time, I believe Anna Adams had a description, but it was a little more. It was pretty broad, and pretty vague. So we needed something a little more detailed. And so I made that trip down to Oklahoma and visited with her. And then we did everything that Ben mentioned. That is what was recorded. I did reach out to her, and we did revise. However, not only does that circle mean peace, it also does represent the moon.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Because of our people really utilize the moon for a lot of our way of life.
Yeah.
So we look at toward the moon during the harvest time. That's when the full moon. They even said that there's 13 moons, and even on our tribal calendar, that which the museum and the Renaissance have or had, it has that 13 moon in there.
Okay.
And so every moon has a name for it, just like the last bare moon. That's why that is called that. This month we're in Wakehikiruhewida, which is raccoon mating month. So that moon also represents a lot of things that occurred, and then that prepared us, for our new year, and all of that. So not only the moon, but also even our sun, with the sun, which helped us bring life to things. So not only all of that represents unity, but I visited with her and we revised that to update that also represents the moons that are important within our culture. So
real quick here, let me try to recap here, and Bethany, correct me if I'm wrong. So the color blue represents the rivers and the water. So then we move into the circle, and as you know, circle, there's no beginning, there's no end, everything's equal in that circle. So we have that reflecting of the moon. Not only that, but it's the color white symbolizes peace. Am I right? Okay. And then we have the 2 arrows, represents the 2, I don't want to say divisions, but the 2
branches.
The 2 branches of our relatives from Wisconsin and our relatives here. The bow represents that we need to provide for our family, a way of life, you know what I mean? Use it for hunting. Back then, how to survive and stuff, you have to go out and hunt. We kind of still do that here today with our jobs and everything. We still have to provide for our homes, for our kids, and for our youth. And then we have the peace pipe, the tomahawk peace pipe, and it has the tobacco. And then we also have the peace pipe representing, the prosperity and what the Winnebago tribe is kind of known for, is trying to enforce peace and have peace amongst everybody. So,
yeah.
How did I do?
Knocked it out the park.
Pretty good, yes.
Okay. Did I forget anything?
I'm not sure. Did you mention the little tracks on the bag?
For the buffalo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. I forgot the buffalo. Yeah.
So you got the buffalo, and then of course the tomahawk is also a weapon, and Anna saw it as a tool too, where you can carve and cut wood. And then the bow too. Not only, like Blue was saying, it's one of the first tools that was given. With the arrows coming through the bow, it symbolizes the unity and shared history of both branches of the tribe too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks, Ben.
Yes.
We appreciate you, Ben. It's been a long time.
Thanks, Blue. Yeah, I did not know. I had multiple, or at least one other person say it looks like the moon, but I think I had that older description she had where it didn't say explicitly the moon. So now you know.
Well, we all learned here
today.
The
more you know.
The more we know. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. And then you had an announcement?
Yeah, I do have a couple of things I wanted just to mention over to our learners. So as the language department, I just kind of wanted to give just a couple updates for membership and our community members to
Ho-Chunk Renaissance.
Yes. So we have our Hoit e Choni, which means first language, which is our community classes. So we have a daytime session and we have an evening time session. Our daytime session today is starting at Tuesdays and Thursdays. So maybe if you could pull up Renaissance for those who are viewing online. On Ho-Chunk Renaissance, there's a link on there on our Facebook page. At 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock today, and also again on Thursdays, every Tuesdays and Thursdays into May, we have our language classes. There's a link that you can click onto and just join in for an hour, and you'll eventually be learning a lot of our language there.
Yeah.
So it's open to whomever wants to join at that specific time in the daytime.
Very nice.
So, in the evening, we also have classes at Wednesdays at Little Priest from 6 o'clock to 7:30. That's in the Bear Building. We did have an enrollment of 15. However, we did drop an enrollment down to about 9 or so. So if there's anyone that's interested, feel free to reach out to Renaissance to sign up. This week, we're going to be talking about how to introduce ourselves. So that's going to be a good lesson there. So again, if you're available Wednesday nights, come on by or reach out to Renaissance and for about an hour and a half or so.
Yeah.
Very, very interactive. Furthermore, also I wanted to make an announcement. We are going to be having our Easter egg hunt again this year.
There you go. Hey. This is very important. The debut. Let's hear it.
So some of the details. Let me tell you where they're at. No.
Let's go.
The treasure map.
So how we got this out is that we're going to be starting on March 27th that week, which is pretty close. So Easter's on, when's Easter?
It's going to be on April 8th.
I think it's on this. Oh yeah, is it the 8th? Yeah, no, 9th.
Oh, 9th. Okay.
It's
I was off by one day.
Yeah, 2 days.
I celebrate the 8th. No.
I believe it's the 9th.
Yeah, April 9th.
Yes. So that week before, which is March 27th to 28th, 29th, all that, we're going to be releasing a lot of our clues for the bronze egg and then also probably the silver egg, which is the education department is going to sponsor the bronze egg, which is for $100.
Well, thank you guys.
Yes.
I appreciate them. Yep.
The human services department is going to sponsor also the silver egg.
Oh, cool. Good job, guys. Appreciate it. Let's go and crew.
Yep. And then the following week, we'll eventually get into the bigger golden egg. And we also have our blue spotted egg this year.
Oh, okay. So there's 4 of them.
Yes.
All right.
So human services is gonna, human resources is gonna sponsor the $300 golden egg.
Tina, Tara, Nan, the crew down there, Ophelia. Good job, guys. Kim.
And then also our program, Renaissance is gonna be sponsoring the blue spotted egg, which is gonna be a Nintendo Switch.
Ooh.
Dang.
So that's about $400, $500.
Okay, so for those that never did an Easter egg hunt, you know what I mean? We talked about how good way to get out, maybe get the kids looking around, kind of physical fitness, whatever it may be. How do we get the clues? Like, what is up with that?
So I'm officially going to ask you guys. I know I kind of sent out emails, but I wanted to work with you guys to have them displayed down at the billboard downtown.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
We'll have them available there. However, our Nintendo Switch one is going to be, our clues are going to be on the website. Just for that egg, the blue spotted egg.
Oh, okay. So you guys have a new website.
Correct.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
So if you want to go for that Nintendo Switch, you would have to go to our website to find the clues for that specific egg. We want to navigate our membership, our community members to utilize our website. There's a lot of resources, a lot of learning on there. So
cool.
Yes.
While you're looking for the egg clues, you can find those.
Have you ever looked for the egg, Bethany?
When I was younger.
Did you find it?
No.
You never found it.
No.
So, but it's cool just to get out there,
yeah,
right? I mean,
it's pretty fun, pretty
as
exciting.
spring comes around, the weather gets a little
been
bit
trying
better.
to figure out when it's in the Ho-Chunk language to decipher it.
And then you guys have resources for that, for people to help you translate.
Right. So that's how we have been doing it. We're going to continue to do that. Is start off in the language, and eventually we'll slowly start translating into the English language. But it gives you that first approach if you try to figure it out in the language first. That's what draws you to our website. Also, our resources at the building. We have many materials that you can look up that we have available free to the membership community members. So
What a community,
cool
community event here. I always remember the one that's talked about the railroad tracks, and you know what I mean. I see the railroad tracks. It wasn't on the railroad tracks because we want people to be safe and everything and stuff. But it was like I see the railroad tracks, and I'm like, oh my goodness, where's that gonna be at? And I forgot where they found it and stuff. But I just remember that one. That clue stuck in my head for some reason. Where were they at last year? Do you want? They might be there again.
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
Right,
so we never know. But we really get creative with it. I got one funny story to tell with that because the team over there, we don't want to hide it. We don't want to hide it. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I end up going about, I don't know, maybe about 2:00. I end up, kind of, all right, I gotta, get out and stuff in here. I'll tell you what one location was because it's kind of funny. So it was down by the train tracks, behind the ball field there, and it was gonna be in a big tire, And so, anyways, 2:00 came in here. I was like, okay, and then I had someone said, drop me off. I said, you cannot tell anyone where this is at. I think I was like my mom or whatever, someone. Anyways, I was like, just drop me off because I don't want to have my car there and like, what's this car doing there,
Yeah.
So I got out. Right. So I got out. It was a Silver Egg. I got out and I looked around and I ran toward that tire like that, and here the car went way up there and then it turned around again. But eventually another car came by. Boy, did I duck and laid on the ground for a minute. I laid on it flat and stayed quiet and did not move. I did not want to be seen.
Holding your breath?
Yeah. Because, like, what's he doing over there? So something's up. So I was like, laid there, frozen for a while, and eventually kind of got up and then took off running again. But, late at night trying to hide those. So, but different times we put them away so we can't tell when we do that. Sometimes, we might even do the week before or, the night of or whatever. So that's our own
Can't
discretion.
say too much. All those people be keeping an eye out for them.
I know. Be following me around.
I know. We'll watch them here. Their paparazzi equipment out, huh?
Yeah, so more details are going to be coming out. So we'll share that with the Big Voice and also with the tribal page.
All right.
We're getting the flyers together. She'll be announced shortly. So
cool. Well, that is
exciting.
good. Glad those people that tuned in. So you have a advantage for tuning in here and stuff. So thank you, Ben. Thank you, Blue, coming on in. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Real quick, I wanted to make mention. So on Thursday, we're going to get into our new episode of All Request Live. And we had the week before, we brought the songs over from that bad weather day that we had. So we didn't have All Request Live.
Oh, yeah.
So we brought the songs over. But this week, we have a new lineup. So it's looking like our songs this week. We're going to have Dream On by Aerosmith.
Oh, yeah.
Just a Friend, Biz Markie.
Just a Friend.
No remix by Destiny's Child featuring Wyclef.
Ooh.
And Sharpshooters Championship song live from the last Bear Moon during the Powwow 2023.
Okay, very cool. All right. Brian, I'm going to need your help, man. Come on up here. MCVKC of Midnight Love and Res Ride. I love the Res Ride show. It's very awesome. There's a lot of good requests that come through, and people seem to enjoy it, heading on up, especially on payday Thursdays and stuff. But that airs on Thursdays, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And let's see here. Let me get you turned up here. That's number 4.
Hello. How are you guys doing today?
Hello.
So, yeah, we gave some good advice. It was probably the worst advice and stuff, but
it's
it was
the best worst advice on
best
radio.
worst advice.
Yes.
And if I had a question, maybe I needed some help with the old lady and stuff, I could submit my question to her.
Absolutely, yeah. Come to my Facebook page, That Fire Though, THO, or of course the socials that are here for the Big Voice Radio. We'll get your question on. We do edit them, so don't worry about your name or anonymity. But if you need advice, we are here for you.
I tell you what, if I listened to you guys' advice and stuff, I would dump her.
Dump them immediately. Yes.
Dump her. Okay, so are you ready for Winnebago Talks? Yeah, I'm gonna need one more question because she.
Oh, my answer is.
The answer is. Excuse me. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
The answer is question number 1. Are you ready?
Okay, let me get off Facebook real quick. I was showing That Fire though.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Okay, you gotta just look. You can't look at the screen. Can't look at. Okay. No, you don't even have it on the screen, right?
No, I just got our camera angles.
Did you win last week?
Yeah.
You did. Or 2 weeks ago?
Oh wait, did I? Yeah, I did.
Question number 1.
All right.
Will Smith, Jada, And Chris Rock made headlines for the infamous slap that happened at the Oscars. Chris Rock had his Netflix special nearly a year after the slap. Remember that? You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Of
Yeah,
course,
the
yeah.
slap heard around the world.
Slap of history.
The only reason you watch the show.
No kidding. Anyways, Jada and Will Smith play man and wife in one of the biggest movies of all time. They rarely play, they rarely act, they do producing and stuff like that, but this movie, what was the movie? They played man and wife.
Jada and Will?
Yeah.
Must not have been that good, because I'm drawing blanks
One
over
of the
here.
biggest movies of all time.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm drawing blanks over here, guys.
Think about his movies and her movies.
I don't know why when you said that, I thought of that Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that one with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. And they, I don't know why.
Were they in that?
No.
Oh.
That's why I said I don't know why.
Oh,
I thought
okay,
of that.
okay.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead and give me an answer here.
I'm gonna go with.
And if you at home know the answer, go ahead and submit your comment below.
Jada and Will played husband and wife. I'm gonna say.
I don't know if it won an Oscar or not. I should look that up.
Oh, I'm just having a hard time over here. Geez, I don't know. I don't know.
Give me a guess. So, one of Will or Jada's movies.
I don't know. Pursuit of Happiness.
Was she in Clueless?
Jada?
Yeah.
Not that I
No.
remember.
Oh, okay. No. All right. So,
And
Pursuit of Happiness,
yeah.
final answer?
Yep.
Okay. All right. This is movie. The answer is question number 2. Creed 3 came out this weekend. This movie was directed by Michael B. Jordan, who stars as Adonis Creed. In the movie, who is his dad? Do you want multiple choice or do you know it?
I'll take multiple choice.
Okay, so is Adonis Creed's daddy? Is it Rocky Balboa? Is it Muhammad Ali? Is it Apollo, the master of disaster? Or is it Zeus?
It's a Muhammad Ali.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3. Last Bear Moon had a great turnout. It featured one of the best drum groups in powwow country. Who won this year's Last Bear Moon powwow drum contest?
Sharpshooter.
Oh man, see that's the question I need. I'm gonna scratch that one. Brian, you have a question for me that maybe you can ask him?
Who else has been asked? Is this the first round of questions?
This is the first round. Yeah. So I'm gonna think about it. Let me
Okay.
go to number 4,
Okay.
and then also you're supposed to help me out, be the ref here,
Okay.
and submit her answers. So
All right.
for the first one, she had what'd you say? What was the what movie?
Oh, I said Pursuit of Happiness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question number 4. One of Vegas Casino will be having a concert on April 14th called Front Porch Singing Tour featuring what band? It's in the W.I.N and it's displayed all over Last Bear Moon on their monitors, and we sat out there for 14 hours and looked at this ad. And who is the band? April 14th.
Big Country.
Big Country.
Big Town or something like that. Or Big Dog.
Big Dog. Big Country.
Big Country.
Big
Yeah.
Country. Okay. Question number 4. I guess just to say, because I got another one coming here from.
I'm so confused.
All right. I just read this morning. I was thinking of questions in here, but anyways, former First Lady Michelle Obama says she cried uncontrollably when she boarded Air Force One for the last time on January 20th, 2017. She explained that after 8 years, she and her man, Barack Obama, had to hold it together, and she finally released it all out. Who took over after Michelle Obama left?
What's her name? She's married to Trump, but I can't think of her first name. It's what is her name? I just think of her face. I could just see her face. I don't know why I'm trying to say Ivanka. That's his daughter. It's not that. It's
I just think of her face.
Man, what is her name? It's like
That is a weird marriage, though, man. I mean, I could see her face too and stuff, and it's just like, how did that?
Every time she looks away, and it's like a grimace of pain.
Grimace of pain. Like, she did create some headlines, though. Remember when he was trying to hold her hand and she go,
yeah, she's swatting it away.
Yeah.
It's like,
she
yuck.
said no.
Get out of here.
Her name
She must have listened to your advice, huh?
Dump him.
Dump him. I need to answer. Ivanka?
No, it's not Ivanka. Her name is Man, what is her name? I don't know her name. Mrs. Trump. Mrs. Donald Trump.
Sarah?
Ugh, no. It's some real like Ivanka or something. No, I just said that.
Come on, give
Milana.
Me huh?
Milana.
Milana?
Melania. Yeah.
What? How'd you say it?
Milana.
Milana. Okay. Number 5.
Okay. Later this week, the Santee Warriors will be going to state for the first time. What is the name of the casino that is run by the Santee Sioux tribe?
Oh, what a great question, Brian. It's the Santee Casino.
Final answer?
The Santee Casino. Yeah.
Santee Casino? All right, let's go get home, girl.
All right.
That is a good question. Very
you.
nice question.
On the fly, yeah.
For sure. All right, so kind of give us a snippet of what's going to be taking place on Res Ride.
Yeah, Res Ride will be coming to you live Thursday beginning at 4 p.m. from 4 to 6. We'll always have our Love Line, which we talked about, where we give out the best, worst advice possible, and that's part of our program. Also, our signature Deep Cut, where we dig into the crates and pull out a song rarely heard on the radio, as well as all the best songs, all the best dish, celebrity gossip, celebrity birthdays, what's happening around town. It is the Res Ride. And then also for Midnight Love this week, you guys, we're going to go there. And what I mean by that is this week's all-new Midnight Love is going to be Midnight Love Twang.
Ooh,
oh,
we've been
that's
waiting.
what I'm talking about, man. Let's go.
So for those country fans, yes, tune in to Midnight Love this week because it's going to be Country Love Slow Jam.
I love country. I'm going to admit that over the air. I love some country.
Yeah,
That's
you'll like
crazy.
this too. Trust me, you'll like this.
All right. Tyler, she did pretty good.
I don't like hearing that.
She did pretty good. I think you're going to do good too. Okay?
Hope so.
All right. So, here we go. Are you ready? How do you think you did?
Haha.
It sounds so good. No.
Okay. Will Smith, Jada, and Chris Rock made headlines for the infamous slap that took place at the Oscars nearly a year ago. Chris Rock did his Netflix special live nearly a year after that happened. Jada, here's the question. Jada and Will Smith play man and wife in one of the biggest movies of all time. What was the movie?
Dang. Jada and Will Smith in a movie.
Yeah.
It's a movie, not a show.
It's a movie.
And it's not like, I don't know.
It was pretty
do
big.
I get my lifeline?
Yeah, you do. You do get a lifeline. You want to use it?
No, if I want to use it, yeah. I'm trying to be strategic here. Dang, I don't know what movie Jada plays in. I can't think of it. I'm going to use my lifeline.
Okay. All right. We're going to use her life. Do you know it, Brian?
No, actually, you're stumping me on this one, too, because I'm stuck on the Matrix.
Here. Don't look at these answers, but I'm going to read them off related to this question, okay? So, anybody have the answer for Tyler? Okay, don't look. Okay, let's see here. Let's
I can't see that far.
It says, Jamie said Independence Day, but as a question, does anybody know which movie Will and Jada play in together as man and wife? Jamie said, come on, Tyler. She's rooting for you.
Come on, Jamie, Google it.
And Google says.
So, Independence Day is her guess. You want to take a crack at it?
Let's give the crowd a couple seconds.
All right. Does anybody know what movie?
Ask the audience.
Man, I really can't
Ask
think.
the audience here. Brian doesn't really know. Nobody's out there to help you. No text coming
Should've
through either.
saved it.
Let's see here.
I don't see that name either.
Savannah doesn't know.
Independence Day doesn't sound right. I'm gonna have to go with that.
Independence Day?
Independence Day.
Okay, Independence Day is...
Hey,
Yes.
set me up.
Do you know what it is? Does anybody know what it is yet?
I know I didn't get that one right.
No.
It is Ali.
Haven't seen it.
Ali. You remember
yeah.
featuring Muhammad Ali?
Okay, I remember, of course, him because he did get an Oscar nomination for that, but I don't remember her being in that.
She played the first wife. I think he had a
okay.
couple wives and
Shit,
stuff,
he
you know
was
what I mean?
busy
But
in that movie.
Yeah, because in Independence Day, his wife was played by Vivica Fox.
oh yeah. She gets lost in a tunnel and everything. Okay, here we go. Next question. Let's see here. So they both 0-0 and no lifeline. Creed 3 came out this weekend. I actually went to go watch it and stuff. Don't tell anybody, but I fell asleep.
Oh no!
I was gonna go see it.
Yeah.
I didn't go see it though.
This movie was directed by Michael B. Jordan, who stars as Adonis Creed. In the movie, who's Adonis Creed's dad?
I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna just take a wild guess.
You get a multiple choice. Do you want it?
What?
You get multiple choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, one of these guys is baby daddy. Is it Rocky Balboa? Is it Muhammad Ali? Is it Apollo, the master of disaster? Or is it Zeus?
All of those sound crazy. I'm gonna say Muhammad Ali. Like, hopefully they got him for his movie, right?
Muhammad Ali?
You don't look to like you're like, yeah, she got it. I'm gonna have to lock that in.
Okay. All right. It is Apollo, the master of disaster. He
Apollo
died.
Creed.
Yeah.
Played by the actor Carl Weathers.
Right, Carl Weathers. That's right. Yeah, he unfortunately died in the series. You know what I mean? He's not coming back. Or
he
anything
was
like that.
killed by Ivan Drago.
During the
Russian.
fight.
Yeah.
It
Exhibition.
With cool names.
Okay, all right. Last Bear Moon had a great turnout. It featured one of the best drum groups in Powwow Country, some of the best drum groups in Powwow Country. Who won this year's Last Bear Moon Powwow Drum Contest? It was ran in the Winnebago on the news.
It was.
Yeah.
So put it in there.
Yeah.
You always get me with this. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not too familiar with the drum groups. So I'm kind of getting blown out of water this game.
No, you're good. Okay, so here's the thing. She just read the name of the drum group right before we played, so I'm not gonna count this one. But give me a guess.
Was it like Southern Boys? I'm trying to think
Oh,
of
that's
how
a good guess.
like, I hear them.
It started with the S. It's Sharpshooter.
Oh.
Yeah, they champed
Nice
out.
name.
Good job. Congratulations to them. They will be our invited drum next year and stuff. So if you like some Sharpshooter songs and stuff, come check us out for next year, 2024. Wow.
Nice.
But Brian has a question, and when we get to question number 5, we'll get to that one, okay? So that one didn't count. This one does. Winnebago's Casino will be having a concert on April 14th called the Front Porch Singing Tour, featuring what band? It's on the back of the Winnebago on the News, the issue that this came out.
I don't know. It's usually some country guys, huh?
Front Porch Singing?
Sounds pretty country.
I don't think a hip-hop group is probably going to come out with that. Maybe, I don't know.
Sure. Man,
Boys
I'm
in the
gonna read
Hood?
that every
Yeah.
time I come in here now. I don't know.
Don't know?
Mm-mm.
Okay, you give me a guess. Bethany said Big Country.
Yeah.
Big country?
Just kind of vague. Go across the board. Covers everybody.
Zac Efron, I don't know.
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron, hey.
Okay. The answer is Oak Ridge Boys.
The Oak Ridge Boys.
Man, I wrote that down too. Wow.
Oak Ridge Boys. Did you get tickets yet?
It's always way later.
Okay, so here we go. Question number 4. You get this one, you'll be good. All right, because she didn't get any answers yet. Neither did you.
Said she did good, yo. It's throwing me off.
Former First Lady Michelle Obama said she cried uncontrollably when she boarded Air Force One for the last time on January 20th, 2017. She explains that after 8 years, her and her man, Barack Obama, had to hold it together finally just released it, you know what I mean? So she can try it for a good 30 minutes. Who took over after Michelle Obama as First Lady?
Is it Ivanka Trump?
Final answer.
Yeah.
Dang, you guys know you guys is Trumps. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I was sweating.
No. That is wrong.
No.
Yes.
That one even juked me and stuff.
Yeah.
Ivanka is
It's his
the
daughter.
No.
You
Yes.
said
Wait.
Melania or Melania?
Yeah.
It's Melania.
Melania. What do you think, Ref?
Oh, I'll give it to her. Yeah,
All
it's close
right,
enough. Yeah.
okay.
Melania,
Got it.
but for the kicker there, maybe as a savior, who was his first wife?
Oh,
Melania is his third.
Shades.
Who was his first wife? She just died. She passed away within the last 6 months.
I've seen pictures, but I don't get her name.
And she made a cameo appearance in the movie First Wives Club.
Wow.
And her famous line was, "Don't get mad, get everything."
Ooh.
Dang.
Because she's the first wife.
Dang.
You got me. Who is it?
Ivana.
The Ivanka. And then she named
Ivana
her
and
daughter.
the daughter's name is Ivanka.
Oh, that is
You really want to
cool.
frosted cookies. Who was his second wife?
Man, I
don't even like
failed my
Donald
Trump
Trump.
history, guys. I apologize.
Sorry, political junkie here.
Nah, just kidding.
It was all over social media as well. I mean, back then, they were a Hollywood couple.
Who was it?
Her name was Marla Maples. That's who the daughter Tiffany that they always make fun of because they forget about her all the time. That's her.
Oh.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, exactly. The forgotten about one. So yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so you still have a chance here.
Yes.
He has a question for you. This is going to count. Here's the question.
All right. Later this week, the Santee Sioux Warriors are going to be playing at their first ever boys basketball tournament. What is the name of the casino that is run by the Santee Sioux tribe?
Ohio.
Hey!
I got you.
Hey.
I threw these chairs.
She
over.
got it.
Yeah, Ohia.
We are tied 1-1.
I went there once. That's why.
It's Ohia.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
We'll take
yeah.
it. We'll take it. Yeah.
Good
Good
pronunciation.
job, man. How'd you know that?
My heart's racing. I went there once for a golf thing.
Oh.
They have a nice field. Yeah.
That's very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the score is 1-1.
hot in here.
I know.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good one all the way
So we
across.
tied, and well, congratulations, you guys both won. You know
Let's
what I
arm
mean?
wrestle.
That's how. Hey, we had some guys in here, man, that you probably don't want to arm wrestle, right?
The Strongman Club.
Anyways, we will have to break that tie next week, so make sure you tune in to see who's gonna win, either Bethany or
Should be
Tyler.
Double point.
We're gonna have to figure out a situation and stuff. I don't want to change the rules because Sunshine will just go nuts and stuff. You changing the rules in the middle of the game show, but we'll have to figure out and maybe have a tiebreaker question a little bit later on.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely that.
Shout
We're
out.
kind of like starting
Sure.
a fresh slate because the Big Voice Winnebago Talks turned 1 last week.
Happy birthday, Big Voice. Winnebago Talks. Yeah, for sure.
I think a good question to pose, and then maybe this will be one to think about. Maybe I'm throwing it out there. In the tribal council chambers, there's 2 portraits of 2 gentlemen on the east wall. What are their names?
I'm gonna go look.
I know one, but I don't know the other gentleman. Let's see, do I?
Anyway, that's a good question
It
to
is.
ask
Yeah,
people.
we might have to go research that and stuff, you know.
So, yep.
Shout-outs.
Yes, I want to give a shout out to, again, the IT department for all that they've done for the tribe, everything that they do. You guys keep us up and running. By all means, accept my gratitude and thanks for everything that you do. Also, listeners, remember Brez Ride is coming to you live this Thursday at 4 p.m. And then Midnight Love, which is happening Friday at 10, will be Midnight Love Goes Twang. So
MCVKC in the house. Yeah, thanks, Brian, for stopping up. Tyler, you got any shout-outs?
Same shout out as usual. Just if you want to be added to the WIN contributors, update your address, or submit some content into the WIN, you could email me at tyler.snake@winnebagotribe.com.
All right, and I want to send my shout out to you for helping us out get these real cool. What do they
they're
call it?
comfortable.
Feng shui, right? Feng shui, setting
Yeah.
the vibe and
Giving
stuff like that.
vibes.
So thank you for.
these lounge chairs, they're nice.
Vibes.
Yeah,
They're
for
nice.
sure, for sure. Bethany,
I just want to send a shout out to my brother and his lady. Congratulations on the new baby. I can't wait to see her and meet her and love her up, and can't wait to steal Scarlett from you guys.
There you go. There you go. Well, congratulations to you guys. I'm glad that welcome to the world, baby Penelope.
Yes.
That is awesome. Yeah, that's a cute name.
Thanks, guys.
We will have Coach Q and the Santee Warriors head coach here coming down. So we also have I think they're coming through Winnebago.
Yep.
So if you have an opportunity, maybe look for the details on that one. And because we are sponsored by Project Launch as well as HCI and the Winnebago Tribe, Coach Q and Coach Eugene will be broadcasting over the terrestrial live down at the state game.
Yep.
Featuring Santee and Shelton.
Yep.
Good job, guys. All right. Well, you guys, folks, have a good rest of the day.
Yeah.